Hey guys, Goby Slayer here. So, had an interesting comment yesterday. Basically said you would have a lot more success if you studied the wind direction related to temperature. So what does that mean? Why was I able to go out 3 weeks ago, right after a big wave crashing storm, and produce 2 nice walleye in 30 minutes and mark, a few hundred walleye? And why yesterday when I went out after, the big wave crashing session, totally different ghost town? What was the difference? One thing I did note, I went back, looked at the tape, 72 degree water temperature the first time. Yesterday, 58 degrees. Let's dig into that. 10:37 a.m. It's Sunday, August 3rd. Just got the lines down. I'm after some redemption from yesterday, getting skunked. Goby Slayer doesn't like getting skunked, but hey, it was still a great day. So, what happened yesterday? The water, when I came out here, was 58 degrees. Like total shock from all those big waves coming in. Right now, this morning, we got 64 degrees. So we've come up 6 degrees. Let's see if that's enough to bring some of those fish back in. So today I thought I'd have a little more relaxed approach, sleep in, have my breakfast before, see how it goes. Change it up. She's a little rolly. Hey, at least I'm not getting skunked. We got something, and I didn't even know he was on. My rod was just barely tipped over. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, it seems weird. So whatever this thing is, he's lazy and he was just swimming along with the boat. But I'm not getting skunked. We got ourselves a small walleye. I'll take him. You know what? That guy's only 14 and a half inches. He's going to live to fight another day. I'll throw him back. If there's one thing that several years of Ontario steelhead fishing taught me was, when an old timer speaks, you listen. So what did we learn today? I spent 3 hours out and got one throwback. That was it. Didn't produce much. Hardly marked anything again. Even though the temperature came up, actually the temperature did hit as high as 68 degrees. It was still warming up, but the fish really hadn't moved back in. So what this guy was saying was, pay attention to temperature and wind direction. So I did a little digging and looked online, and there's a couple websites that I found where you can follow and track the current and wind and temperature, and I'll post those up here. So that would have saved me maybe going out and getting skunked just knowing the temperature's too cold. Knowing from steelheading, there was a resource that you could look at most rivers in Ontario. It would tell you the flow rate and depth at certain points in the river. And you would know if the river was blown out, it was going to be chocolate milk just by going to look at that website, or if it was going to be too shallow and many of your holes that usually held some nice steelhead would be empty, and it would save you taking a day off work, doing a 2-hour drive, wherever, to that river, just by having that intelligence right there. So maybe this is something that we can apply, and maybe you more experienced boaters could help me out. Mind you, I've got a 10.8 foot little inflatable boat with a 6 horse. I'm not going out there 10 kilometers, so I'm sticking near shore. Same with their kayakers, but maybe more experienced guys with the bigger boats can weigh in the comments section here and give us some more info about temperature, water temperature, and wind change and currents, and how that affects, as one commenter put it, the lake's turned over. So I couldn't imagine being a charter captain, and you see a big storm and you're like, damn it, these fish have moved again. And you got to find those fish after a big storm. And I remember going out on a charter and the captain actually saying that storms move fish. So sometimes it's for the better. Sometimes they're going to move into your area. If you're like me, who just, I got about a 10-kilometer radius that I go up and down the shoreline from where I am based. And sometimes those storms are going to push those fish out of your area. So if we look online, we'll see over on the west side of Lake Huron, over on the American side, the lake's a lot warmer. So anyways, thanks for the comment, poster. I appreciate any kind of constructive criticism. And with that, hopefully I can learn and put another tool in my fishing belt here.